Hey everybody, welcome to the best show in town, and I am back after quite a few days. I always think that I should make my podcast every day, but then somehow I get taken up with work, and then I get a little too tired and I hit the sack really early. But here I am again, back with another podcast, and this time recently, I went to a toddler school, and what happened was that I met these mothers, these amazing mothers, and they are really wonderful mothers, beautiful mothers. They're all very anxious about their children, about their child. And their child, who's studying in this toddler school, is just like 2.5 years old, 2 years, 8 months, maybe 2 years. Some of them came in by 18 months. And that is, that I could see on their faces, that they were very anxious to know a lot of things about their child from me. And you know what I did? I did not say anything about their child. I just spoke about them and how important they are for this world and how important they are for themselves. They're such beautiful people, and they should keep it like that. That is the most important thing. When they start loving themselves, when they start telling themselves that they are the best, that is going to percolate down to the child. The child is going to start feeling confident the minute they see that the mother is beautiful, the mother is confident, the mother thinks that she's the best. All those kind of things it's going to rub onto the child. That's more important. Instead of the mother telling me, there were some mothers who told me that my child is not obedient. These were the kind of words she used, not obedient. And I said, okay, what obedience are you looking at? What is the kind of thing you're looking at? And then she says, no, you know what? When I ask him to come and sit next to me, he refuses to come and sit next to me. So he wouldn't come in and sit. I said, okay, that's how kids are supposed to behave, right? They don't come in. They are in their own world. They are doing something else, and it's after some time that they realize their mother had called them, and then they come in because they're in their own world. They are so inquisitive. They've come into this world. There are 120 things that they can see around them, and that is so interesting for them. That is exciting. It's like an adventure. And when you try to put routine into them, into a child who is just 2.5 years old, that is a little sad. I wouldn't suggest that. And I asked this mother, what were you doing when you were 2.5 years old? And she could remember. She just laughed. And I said, yes, probably. You know what? When you were 2.5 years old and I was 2.5 years old, we were probably just doing some painting. We were just sketching, doing incorrigible writing somewhere, indecipherable, sorry, that shouldn't be incorrigible, indecipherable writing somewhere, or we were painting walls, we were writing on the wall somewhere secretly, and we were probably playing with our friends or fighting with our cousins, or that's what I remember doing. I was playing all the time, and I did nothing else apart from playing the whole day. I played with my toys, I played with my cousins, I fought with them, I heard a lot of music because my dad was into music. I remember, I faintly remember that was the fun thing about growing up. But here we have moms who are wanting to have a routine for their child. So I told them that they should actually follow the routine themselves. They should wake up early. They should do their prayers, their meditation, their reading, writing in their gratitude journal, and do their exercise. Those 5 things that they should do, so that when their life falls into a routine, then what happens is that they can carry forward. I mean, the child is going to pick up those routine, and they are going to emulate that later on. Not right away. Please don't allow your child at 2.5 years to have a routine. Let the child do whatever the child wants to do. That would be great, isn't it? And just have fun with your child. Just laugh. Go out for your ice cream dates with your child. Go do the merry-go-round. Buy some balloons. Fly some kites. Listen to some music. There's hundreds of things that you can do with your child instead of creating a routine. And then there were some mothers who told me that I get a headache when I have my kids around the house. And I said, oh my God, can you just remove that word, please, from your vocabulary? That would be so sad. To say that your child gives you a headache, no. And she said, no, it's not like that. They are not a headache for me. I get a headache because they start fighting. I said, isn't that the same thing? Aren't you actually telling me that they are a headache for you? Come on. Now you got to remove those negative words from your vocabulary, because we don't want to say that our children are headaches. They are a gift. They are a gift, because if there are many people who don't even have children. Imagine you have children. That's the most beautiful thing on earth. That's the most beautiful thing on earth, to get a baby, a child, and then raise that child to a good human being, loving, caring, empathetic. That's what we want our child to be, not somebody who's following a routine at 2.5 years old. You can do that much later. Let's do that much later, because once the child starts going to a regular school, the child is anyway going to follow a routine. The child has to wake up early, put on the uniform, have breakfast, go to school, attend the classes, come back, do the homework, go to sleep. That's a full routine that the child has to do. Let the child grow with ease, with fun. I really liked one mother and what she said. She said that she's created 2 emails. She's got two children, and she's created 2 emails. So when there are special occasions which happen in her life, what she does is she writes emails to both of them. So she says that when they are going to be older and I'm going to hand over these emails to them, they're going to read all those stories. How creative is that? I really loved that entire that idea that she put through, and I thought I was going to share it with you, because that's a beautiful idea that she's come up with, and I'm going to tell a lot of people to do the same thing, because she's having fun. She says, I'm having a lot of fun with my children because they give me a purpose. They have given me a purpose to life. They've given me a purpose to love. So I think we should be like that. And then there was another mother who had a situation where she was paranoid about her child coming into the toddler school, and she was standing outside and she was restless all the time, despite her friends telling her, calm down, cool down, you need to meditate, you need to cool down your nerves, she'll be fine, even my daughter is inside, so don't worry. But then she was petrified of the fact that her daughter was actually studying with other boys in the class. So she had that problem. But then she's become a much calmer person. And when I talked to her and I said, you need to calm down your nerves by meditating, that's going to calm down your child as well. Because if you are going to be very nervous and you're going to be upstart about everything, your child is also going to be nervous and upstart about everything. So if you want your child to be cool, calm, collected about everything in life, then you have to be calm yourself. And then that gives you a kind of an edge over others when you're making good decisions. Otherwise, what happens is when you are really, really cramped with a lot of negative energy inside you, that I wonder what's happening to my child inside that class, I wonder what's happening to my child. So then what happens, your nerves get constricted, and at the same time what happens is that you will be so uptight when you meet your child, when she's come out of the class, that she's going to feel that energy inside you, and she's going to wonder what's happening with her mother. So calm down, please. If you have a problem like that, you need to calm down. Absolutely calm and quiet and cool and relaxed. There were some other mothers, of course, I really love them. There's this one mother who has a routine. She wakes up early, she does her prayers, she does her meditation, she does her affirmations. She does a lot of affirmations. She's running a beautiful parlor. She's got a beauty parlor, and where she's in Guwahati, and I think I really loved meeting that because she's a bundle of happiness and positivity. I really liked meeting her. Of course, there were others. Of course, there was this one lady who had a serious problem with Cinderella stories, and she said, I don't want my child to ever read that Cinderella story. I hate it. She literally she used that word, hate. She said, I hate that story. And I said, why do you hate it? And she said, you know what? I don't like that stepmother coming in telling Cinderella to do this and do that and do all the housework. I don't want my daughter to grow up like that. And I said, wait a minute. We all grew up listening to Cinderella stories because we were very happy with the ending, where the prince puts on the silver slipper and takes her away and gets married to her and all that. And then we always thought that we were going to have a prince like that in our lives. And then I always thought I was going to have a prince like that. But till the time I met my husband and understood what love is all about. So the maturity comes much later. We don't want our child to become a matured person at 2.5 years. At 2.5 years, it's about prince, princess, queens, and all those fairy stories, make-believe stories where they live in. And then what happens is when they read all this, they become more creative. They start creating their own stories. And that is what we want. We want our children to be more creative and to become more humane and more loving and empathetic. We don't want them to grow up with a particular thought in their head that this is how we should behave. We don't want them to become adults at 2.5 years of age. Come on, we want them to have a fantastic life. Just be with those balloons and beautiful pink dresses for the girls, and be in a kind of a make-believe world. Let them be in a make-believe world, and then you can have your little rules and regulations around the house, like wake up in the morning early and do the prayers, and maybe you can teach her or him to do the meditation, do a little bit of reading. So all that is going to help. All that is going to help. Say thank you to everybody in the house help. How to say thank you to everyone who brings in, maybe the vegetable vendor who comes in to give your vegetables. That person could, when you start saying thank you, your child is going to copy that. When your behavior changes towards others, your child's behavior is also going to change, because how you behave with others is also going to reflect on your child. Please remember that. You have to start doing the things that you want to see in your child. Because if you are going to say that my child doesn't do that, but actually you're not doing that. You say your child is not reading, but you're not reading books yourself. So how are you expecting your child to start reading? You have to do the habit yourself. And that's when you can be sure that your child is also going to be well on the way of what you're dreaming of. Your dream is to have a very kind, empathetic, compassionate, and incorruptible child. So that is what you're going to get. A human who is going to be very good in the future. A leader who's going to be a fantastic person. So that is what you want, right? So you don't want a person who is hard. No, you don't. Of course you don't. We don't. None of us, we want our child to be hard or to behave in a way that we don't want them to behave. We want them to behave in a very genteel manner. And you have to start becoming that yourself. You have to start becoming a lover yourself, and only then can you see the lover in your child. That's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to sign off for now. This is Teenut, your lover, saying bye to all of you, and I love all of you so much. You take care of your child, and of course I'm going to see you again soon. Bye.